What are Yizkor books and how can they help enhance your family research? Here are 5 ways you can get a better understanding of what life was like in your ancestral shtetl before, during, and after the Holocaust. Yizkor books are memorial books. They memorialize the lost individuals and Jewish communities as a result of the Holocaust of mostly Eastern and Central European towns. After World War II, residents of these towns or shtetls in Yiddish who left prior to the war and survivors of the Holocaust formed Landsmanschaft groups. Among many of the goals of these Landsmanschaft organizations was their desire to preserve the memory of their lost families and Jewish life in their previous home. Since the vast majority of victims of the Holocaust were not buried in cemeteries, where you could visit a burial spot and leave a stone on a headstone, Yizkor books serve as an ongoing memorial. The majority of these books were written in Yiddish or Hebrew, but there are many that have been translated into English, and ongoing projects continue to add new volumes regularly. The submissions to the books were written by the former residents, not historians, and this gives us a unique insight into what life was like according to the people that were there. Although the chapters of the book vary, you will generally find the following sections in each book. Number 1. The history of the Jewish population of the shtetl. Sometimes this history goes back to the Middle Ages when the town was formed. This section also may include street maps of the town showing key buildings, the site of the synagogue and cemetery, and other landmarks. There may also be tables of population data showing the number of Jews that lived in the town at different periods in history, most notably before and after World War II. Number 2. Life before World War II. Read from the first-person accounts what day-to-day life was like. Read about the different occupations that people had and how they went through their social and commercial practices. You can read first-person recollections of what preparing for the Sabbath was like, or how they got through a particularly cold winter. When reading these submissions, it's very likely that you will find the names of some of the town's leaders, personalities, or even the local butcher or baker. You never know when you'll find a family member listed. Number 3. Life during the occupation. These stories are usually the most difficult to read, but they'll give you a sense for what victims and survivors experienced during those years. You'll read about what happened when the Germans arrived, about town censuses that were taken and work groups that may have been formed. You'll also find out if a local Judenrat was created and who served. A Judenrat was a local administrative town council comprised of Jewish town leaders that the Nazis set up to act as an intermediary between the townspeople and the Nazis. You may also read about individual or mass executions and what life was like in a concentration camp. Number 4. Necrologies. Another section that may be of particular interest to genealogists is the book's Necrologies. This section lists alphabetically all the victims of the town whose names were submitted by survivors. Therefore, it's not a complete listing, but a compilation of submissions. What makes this list very special to genealogists is that it may include the names of children when known or the size of families lost. This information is difficult to find from other sources. Number 5. After the necrology section, you may find photos that were also submitted. Photos can be of individuals or complete family groups. Accompanying the photos, you will generally find the names of all the individuals in the photos and how they might be related through extended family lines. It's not unusual for pages to show families with marriages between their families. In addition to photos of those lost during the Holocaust, I've also seen photos of individuals who survived the war, relocated to Israel, and may have died during the Israeli War for Independence in 1948. So how can you find these books? Here are just some of the sources that we can refer you to. The Dorot Division of the New York Public Library has scanned their collection of approximately 650 Yizkor books, which can be accessed online without a charge. There are a relatively small number of books that are only available in hard copy, and they are noted on their list. Jewish Gen has an ongoing Yizkor book project, whose goal is to translate the original books from Yiddish or Hebrew into English. You can visit the Jewish Gen site and see which books have been completed or are in the process of being translated. And if you're interested in obtaining a copy of a Yizkor book for your own collection, the Yiddish Book Center will sell you a reprint of the original book for a fixed fee. You can visit their site for more information. Yizkor books can be a very important addition to your family research. Not only might you be able to find the names of family members that are not listed anywhere else, if you have no way to get personal recollections from that period, Yizkor books may help you understand what your relatives may have gone through by reading the personal stories of others. This has been another helpful video from the Jewish Genealogy Society of Long Island. Please visit our website at www.jgsli.org for more information on our monthly speakers, beginners workshop, and other projects and resources. And visit our Facebook page where you can take part in conversations with experienced researchers. Whether you're on Long Island or an out-of-towner, we'd love to hear from you. Good luck with your research.